What's up, y'all? Welcome to another review by Ryan, and a very happy Monday to all of you. It is Monday, January 30th. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend, and I hope you all find this video in good spirits and good health. In today's reaction, I'll be reacting to the 4th episode of D4DJ All Mix. The title of today's episode is Spring Storm. And based on how the last episode ended, I'm going to assume we're going to have a bit of focus back on Rondo this episode. And if I'm wrong, but all the indications point to that. So the last episode was really a gem. We got to witness the doll festival. We got to watch all the shenanigans between all the girls interacting with each other again. And one thing I really want to say that I really enjoy about this season, and I'm enjoying about the progress of everything, is there are various elements and people that are always incorporated as we get a new song, as we come up with ideas. These girls are, at the end of the day, competitive against each other, but they also do their best to be cordial and friendly with each other too, and they're always willing to give ideas and suggestions to help someone out in distress. So, and distress can mean many different. Obviously, no one was in like distress this past episode, but it can help out when you're caught in a lull and you don't know how to get out of it. So, Lyrical Lily realizes that they needed to headline something. They needed to put themselves on the spotlight, because up to this point, obviously, we've had the other girls on the spotlight, especially when it comes to Piki Piki, who had the first performance, and we know they just showed up and showed out, as they always do, queens forever. But I really love the interaction that all of the girls have with each other, and the fact that while they are competitive, they always want the best for each other at the end of the day. And this is kind of what we come to expect from them. We see it in the game, and it kind of translates over into the anime too. So there was a lot of great moments. The doll festival was wonderful. I squealed at the whole Muni Riku moment, because I swear they are just so gay for each other. Oh my goodness, but no. Their relationship and friendship with each other truly is wholesome and wonderful. And it's always a gem to see. But we had a really great episode. There was a whole lot of memes and snapshots and pictures that you're going to see all over the internet now, because we got nothing short of gems from facial expressions and graphics and everything. And then we ended the episode off with a really great new song by Lyrical Lily. So I really did enjoy the episode. It was a fun episode to watch. It was a nice little song to pick up. I forgot the exact title of it, but I do think the song has already been posted up. And at this stage, I'm just interested to see what our next focus is going to be on, because again, we had that look at the end, and so judging by the end of last episode, I can only assume that Rondo is going to have a significant aspect to play with this next episode that I'll be reacting to today. So, not much more else to say. Before I jump into the reaction, there's really big, exciting news that's coming out of Japan, which is great for those of you who like to travel to Japan for lives. So as you know, the last 3 years, it has been a very rough 3 years. Fests, I attended Love Live Fest in 2020, and it was one of the last live performances that we would ever have that would be under normal pretense. Little did any of the 36,000 of us know that shortly after that, Japan was going to shut down, and even when lives did resume, the way and nature of lives were forever going to be changed. Well, Japan has officially announced that as of May 8th, Japan will be changing the COVID-19 designation to a Category 5 or Class 5 designation. That means it will now join the pool with like seasonal flu and things of that nature, and basically it will now become a regular illness to deal with. Well, Ryan, why are you bringing this up now? Because they also made an additional announcement that effective on Friday, venues no longer have to restrict attendance or audience levels for cheering and celebrations and stuff like that. And for any of you that have, whether it's been in Japan or it's been at home watching the live streams of the lives, you'll know that cheering for the most part has not been allowed. until now. So as you can see on the screen, Bushi was the first one to announce this, and this is of course with Google Translation, so forgiveness if some of the words are a little off, but a post was made by Bushi PR's public relations account overnight at 12:07 a.m. that with the abolishment of the upper limit of the number of people who can accommodate the event, announced by the government on Friday, January 27, 2023, the ban on speaking out while wearing a non-woven mask will be lifted from today at performances and live events hosted by the Bushiroad group. We will abolish restrictions on the number of people, voice volume, and vocal time. And then it gave a link to see for more information on this big announcement. So that means exactly what it sounds like. That's correct. Any Bushiroad group related lives, this includes Love Live, D4DJ, and Bang Dream. These performances, and Revue Starlight 2, all of these performances will now be allowed to have full celebration and cheering. You're still going to have to wear your face mask, but it will not have any attendance caps, and you will be allowed to go back to full celebrations and cheering again. Now, for those of you, myself included, who will be attending Master of Idol coming up shortly after Aqua's Asuna live, and there's a couple other lives that are going to be happening. Those you may or may not know, we are having a big live at Tokyo Dome coming up, Master of Idol for Idol Master. This will be the first one that has happened since 2015, and as I did not become a fan of Idol Master until after that, it's going to be very exciting for me because while they have not officially announced that it's been lifted there too, we can assume that Bandai is going to lift the restriction on cheering and celebration in time for that. So just a really, really exciting set of circumstances. COVID is still real. COVID is still here, but this is the Japanese government's acknowledgement that it is time to move on. It is time to move forward. The mental states and mental health of these girls with not being able to cheer, have call and responses, regular meet and greets. It's been really rough on these girls, and for both the girls, the staff members, and for the attendees, this is really exciting, and I cannot wait for us to get back to our normal celebrations and losing it moments at all of these lives. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to say. I'm gonna go get some water real quick. I'll be right back, split second for y'all, and we'll get this 4th episode reaction of D4DJ All mix started. All right, guys, and I am back. We're gonna go ahead and get this 4th episode of All Mix started. Again, the title of the episode is Spring Storm. Let's go ahead and start this episode in 3, 2, 1. I'm loving this aesthetic as we kick this episode off. Yo, why does it feel like something's about to go big time down? Like the entire premise of the show is about to change. Because it is. Yo, something's about to go down. What is this? We got the weather, the wind blowing against the window, the flowers going through the air, and it's dark. Oh boy. I know I say this every week. Absolutely banger opening. Love this song. This might actually be one of my favorite songs from them now. storm. Oh, what did Neochio do now? Oh, she came in and broke it. Oh, wow. I don't believe it. I mean, they are literally one and the same. Also, who's the next up? Is it Rondo that's the next up? Yes. Right, but actually that means it would have to be Rondo because they have the venue and everything all set already. Well, I mean, several of them do, but still. They're going to have to open it up. Yeah, I figured, yeah. They seem to be the one with the most flexibility right now. Yeah, because you seem like you had a whole revelation at the end of that show. Oh, that's a big thing though, opening it up from not being a club only to being open for everyone. Um, it's a difficult thing, especially because y'all have a very it's all very mature and very after hours, and it's a nice spot. It's a spot I'd want to visit, but if they want to change their image, they have to open it up. Of course you are. Just send Rinku to go do the negotiations. Can you imagine someone like her up in alter ego having to do negotiations like this? I feel like a butt's coming though. Yep, that's a big that's a big task. Or even be happy that she's even negotiating this. Yeah, because Mermaid is essentially how y'all are too. Very mature, very adult type atmosphere. But Lyrical Lily is anything but that. Hey, at least there's consideration being given though, which is a good thing. Uh, all right. So the quest to see if alter ego can be used begins. Ah, this is another place I would spend infinite amounts of time at. He's like, what in the hell is going on? What are you two? Oh, stop. I don't like that. Yes. Mama. Nagisa is like, I swear. She's always been such a worry wart though. I mean, at this point, though, all you can do is really just wait. I'm sure there's not a soul who didn't know that. Oh, Lord. Ah! Yeah, I saw this of her completely shrieking up and was wondering what it was about. Because she's always so just calm and relaxed and mature about her demeanor. She never lets herself, she never lowers her guard. So when it happens, it's wonderful. Incorporating the fact that this is going to be a very different type of performance for you with a different atmosphere. Oh my goodness. I'm loving these segments with Michiru, I swear. Which I think that first one is doubtful. Yo, it is so weird with Michiru being animated in 2D and everyone else being in 3D. It's so weird. I like it though. If everyone did select the first option, I would be surprised. Was that first option the very first one they said? Whoa. What is she saying that? Is it gonna be now? Is it gonna be a full open with no? That's okay. What is that? Acceptable. Acceptable. Which is perfectly fine because we adults need something like that. I love the energy for Nagisa. I really do. It's so weird for them to be having a show in here for the public like this. I hope I hope he doesn't disconnect the power. Oh, this is such a Rondo song. That was a beast intro. Oh, let me tell you, Hito will just send you places. Oh man, this it's such a different song from the other songs we've heard so far this season. It's such a Rondo song. It was so good though. It was so good. And so we're gonna head to Mermaid. Of course. Of course it's gonna be them next. Like I literally think it's one of my favorite endings of all the anime I'm watching so far this season. It's such a snazzy ending. Ah, the great T-pose. Why did I read that stupid people can get away with anything? Negative, positive. Oh goodness, I swear. Another great episode showcasing Rondo. So, again, outside of Lyrical Lily, the other group that is the second most, the group that I also don't keep up with as much as I should is none other than Rondo. And I expressed this to you guys at the start of these reactions for D4DJ All Mix, that the biggest thing that I had to get adjusted to was Rondo being in a DJ element, because obviously, because of my love for Roselia, Rondo should be my number one. The difference is that that band element was one thing. This being a DJ element, I never really knew if Rondo really fit in with the aesthetic of this DJ world. However, I realized as time went on that they do. And what this season so far has done, and what this episode has done, is even further solidify that you can do pretty much anything in the D4 in the DJ world. I keep wanting to say D4 world. Like now, I'm just gonna say D4DJ anytime I'm referencing DJs now. But in this world, you can pretty much do whatever you want. You can take rock, metal, whatever, and you can add DJing elements to it. Again, music is beautiful like that. There is no real right or wrong in the world of music, and anything can fit in any particular category. Shoot, you could watch them end up throwing some classical pieces, throw some Beethoven or Mozart up in here in a DJ world, and I guarantee that they could make it work. So I really do love Rondo, I do, and I want to really emphasize that just because I have least attachment to a group compared to other groups, like, because again, for this show, PKPK is my number one. They've been my number one since day one of the show. And they're never going to be surpassed. But all of the groups and all of the girls bring a snazz and a dynamic and an atmosphere that I love in its own way. And just like with the first season, the second season has a great way of being able to portray all of those different atmospheres and making it work. So in Rondo's case, Rondo this episode, by the reality check that happened with Aoi in the last episode, and what she had been thinking the entire time is that Rondo had to evolve. They had to evolve with the times, just like Alter Ego, the place that they became DJs at, the place that they started to provide nighttime entertainment to for a very classy, a very dignified, adult, mature atmosphere. They had to get with the times. When Rondo came along, Rondo brought about a younger audience, a younger crowd, and some of those fans have not particularly been able to join some of the shows because Alter Ego is an adult-only, member-only type place. But with them participating with this revitalization project for Lyrical Lily, and the fact that the fact that they lost the place that they were supposed to perform with, there was no better time than now for Aoi to bring up what they need to do and to officially ask the manager and the owner for permission to be able to open it up so that a wider range of audience can come in. Now, I said that I would call it all BS if they just completely lifted everything. No age restrictions, no anything, because they serve alcohol. And anyone that, everyone should know that venues that serve alcohol, that have these type of events, they have to be very careful. There have to be very specific regulations on when an event can happen, who can be there. If they were to have served alcohol or offered alcohol to that audience during that performance, well, no one would be able to come, including some of the girls that are in these other in these other DJ units. So as a result of that, they had to come to a compromise, but I think that was the appropriate compromise. That was the right compromise. And I'm glad that it was a manager who understood that you have to change with the times. And that's the key word here. Changing with the times. We talk a lot about boomers never wanting to evolve, and even in Japan there is this age-old issue with the older generation not wanting to adapt to the younger generation. This is a little off topic here, but I was having a deep conversation with one of my good friends over in Japan about the xenophobia issue and the issue with being more accepting to foreigners and being more accepting of younger ideologies and changing the way that the older generation in the workforce over there looks at people that are just young graduates or coming out of school and things of that nature, and that you have to evolve with the time. So I really love in this show and in this episode that this was a manager and this was an owner who realized we have to evolve with time. They had already been thinking of that. And also another MVP for this episode will go to Kyoko, because she already was planning to fight for Tsubaki and them when that idea came up, and had even presented her own proposal. And I didn't really get to see what was fully in that because it was very quick when it came on screen and then went away. But Kyoko was also ready to come through and fight for them. So again, I was just talking about this at the start of the episode. These girls being willing to fight for each other. Yes, they want to be number one, and no one wants to be number one more than Piki Piki, but they're willing to help others in the way that they are, in the way that they do. And this was another example of what I said at the beginning of the episode. And I just really love this about this show. And then, of course, Michiru. We got to see Michiru several times here. It was wonderful getting to see her on screen. I just hope that we'll get to actually see her perform one of these days in the anime. I really do. Maybe we'll get something by the end of the season. Who knows? But this was a great episode. And that wraps up the Rondo segment of this. So in our next segment will be none other than our other very mature, very sexy, very adult characters, none other than Mermaid. So I am really, really excited to see Mermaid on screen next episode, and we will go ahead and call this reaction adjourned. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode and enjoyed the reaction. If you did, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. And if you want to be one of the first to be notified when a new reaction becomes available, hit the bell icon. So next Monday will actually be my last reaction until after my trip to Japan. So I will see you guys next either Sunday or Monday for my reaction to the 5th episode of D4DJ. After the 5th episode of D4DJ is reacted to, I will be skipping the 6th episode, and we'll pick right back up on episode 7 after I've returned from my trip. So I will see all of you next week, though, and until that time, catch you.